All right, we are getting set for the Class A2 championship game. It's the Pittsford Sutherland Knights and the East High Eagles, and which should be a great game. And pleasure to be joined right now, the head coach of the Pittsford Sutherland Knights, John Nally. Coach Nally, congratulations and thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me.
John, it's been an interesting season. I know we had talked before the year and, you didn't quite know how your team was going to be or if if this was going to be a really great year for you. However, you guys have had a real good season. You've made it to the finals again. Talk a little bit about how the season's kind of developed for you and what you think overall of how things have gone.
Yeah, I mean, we came in real young, only a couple of guys that got any minutes, Sam Pistonelli and Tyler Mullen came off the bench, and didn't play a ton, weren't like guys that went in and played 16 minutes a game. They played a little bit, kind of sparingly off the bench last year in a short season, not a lot of practice time. And everybody else is a first-year varsity guy, and so we were pretty short on experience and we're small. It's probably almost easily the smallest team we've had here in 20 years. I'm like the fourth heaviest guy on the team, which is not a good thing if you've been up close, So we knew we were going to have some challenges, but I was hopeful. I feel like they have a decent IQ, and even though we weren't beating the good teams early on, we were doing some things where we were at least taking care of the ball. Like early on, it was one of our lowest turnover teams ever, probably, like we lost to Mendon in our first game by like 15. We only had 6 turnovers, which at the high school level is really good. So I thought that there was some potential if we could just kind of keep growing a little bit. And it is a group that works hard. They're easy to be with in the gym. And so we had some opportunity for growth. And obviously, we've been able to put it together a little bit the last couple of weeks.
John, you mentioned 20 years you've been doing this now, which seems unfathomable to me.
I know.
It's like, I remember when you started and I was referee and you were the young kid. To me, you're still the young kid, but whatever. You've had years where the expectations were you were going to play for the Brick.
Yeah.
There wasn't one of them. In your words, we talked in the fall, wasn't going to be that.
No.
They're all satisfying. Is this maybe a little more satisfying?
Yeah, I mean, getting to this game is that it's always exciting to get there, especially if you haven't been there for a couple of years. Yeah, we certainly haven't got there with a group that was this young or this small. I didn't think it was impossible over 4 months that we could get better and maybe have a chance and upset somebody. We didn't exactly get the best path. We needed one more win to get that 3 seed. And so we weren't loving having to go to HFL in that quarterfinal because it was a pretty big difference when we got from the 5 seed to the 6 seed. So we had the tougher path. And certainly I thought Eastridge was going to be tough. The first time we played them close to one point, but the lieutenant kid didn't play in that first half, and so we felt like that wasn't necessarily a completely fair assessment. I would say that, we're certainly a little surprised, but not completely shocked. I thought going into the tournament that, if we could get a win at HFL, you never know, because we did at least compete with Eastridge the first time.
Coming off a COVID year where it was an abbreviated season and then you didn't get the full summer program the year before, you mentioned your young team. How did you help the young kids navigate to get to this point?
I thought, last night with the way we defended, we've had teams that could do that before. It took us a long time this year to get to that stage, where we got better defensively, like we kind of had in the last couple of weeks. We had a pretty good day defensively against Mendon, even. When we had, holding them in the low 50s is really, really hard to do. Nobody's done that all year. So it just took longer. There were teams where we could kind of do what we did last night, like right out of the gate in December and in January. And of course, I would say that with that abbreviated year last year, there was just no time to teach, and so much defensively goes by the wayside when you're not practicing every day like that. And all those kids missing all that off-season stuff that we do, you just didn't have as much time. So it took longer, but, luckily we were able to kind of get to the same result for at least this time period of the year.
You mentioned you don't have a ton of size. You're going against an East team that's going to be athletic and they're going to rebound the ball very well. That. how do you go about setting things up to try to mitigate that disadvantage for your team?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to do a better job of staying out of foul trouble. Like our young sophomore Max Mikulski has made a huge jump from the summer to the fall throughout the season, and he's been playing a ton of minutes. He sat a lot last night because of foul trouble. When he's in, that obviously makes a huge difference for us, and we're not as tiny out there because he's a good 6'4", 6'5". But he's a sophomore, he's inexperienced, and he's sophomore big, got in foul trouble like sophomore bigs do last night, But if we can keep him on the floor, that makes a big difference and helps us compete for sure. And so we'll have to do that. We got to just be a little bit more disciplined with our fouls.
Last night you played a real athletic Eastridge team. Obviously, as just mentioned, the athleticism you're going to face Saturday. Is that somewhat of an advantage to your kids that they just dealt with the same thing they're going to see Saturday?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like when there were times when we've been really good in the tournament, like the last time we won, when we beat East in 2019, we played Douglas before that, Wilson in the semi, and the prep was the same as far as like having to deal with all that athleticism, and so we were able to kind of build on the game plan from one to the next. And so playing Eastridge the other night definitely helps. They are still a little bit different in style. East is way more of a trapping team, whereas Eastridge played us mostly man, but it was pretty bumper to bumper and the pressure was hard. And so seeing that, dealing with it and surviving it certainly gives us a little bit more confidence going into the next game than maybe we would if we were playing a little bit more of a half-court defense in these quarters and semis.
You mentioned the trapping that you're expecting from East. The way to beat the trap, obviously, is throw out of it and run.
Yeah.
The way it plays into how they want to play.
Of course. Yeah.
Are you willing? It's a catch-22. Are you willing to sacrifice potentially some defense to create some easy offense?
Yeah, I mean, this is the fourth year in a row that we've played them, and so there is some familiarity. And at least a couple of those guys did get on the floor last year with them, and we've been able to, tolerably keep the pace where we want it. But it's hard, the way that they trap, you can't get too conservative and only try to pass through. And sometimes like the one open shot you get might be the only shot that you get. And you sometimes have to be aggressive and attack it when you can. And, it's one of those things where you have to balance passing through the press, but also putting it down on the floor and attacking gaps and getting to the rim and being aggressive. You can't shy away from it. And not be aggressive. You have to take those opportunities when you can, because 2-3 more passes, all of a sudden you're getting in a trap and you're broken down. And so you do have to balance between, being a little bit deliberate sometimes, but also being aggressive when you have to.
I've been asking the guys this question, the start of the year to now, a kid that maybe surprised you. You didn't see him being, whether it be a key contributor or even somebody who's, one of your premier players that you didn't see at the beginning of the year.
Definitely the Mikulski kid, like I mentioned, he made a huge jump. He really, it was a short season, so it made it hard for guys to win minutes, but he barely played on the JVs last year. And then came in the summer and just, there was this kind of opportunity because he's the only big in the program coming up. And so we're like, well, let's bring him up and put him with us. And, if he's not ready, he's not ready, but let's keep him with the varsity guys this summer and develop him as much as he can. By the time we got to late July, it was pretty obvious that he was on the roster. Then you go into November and, still kind of being careful with him. I didn't want to rush him too much. Wanted him to be able to develop kind of at his own pace as a young kid. And I think bigs sometimes will develop a little bit slower like that, so you want to be careful and keep their confidence where it needs to be. But shoot, we got to late December and we kind of knew it was only a matter of time before he was going to be the starter. And, once we did that, it got hard to take him off the floor. There's been a lot of nights where he's played 30 minutes and he's rebounded it really well. And his field goal percentage has been good, and 18 points and 14 boards in the quarterfinal at HFL. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed that back in July last year. So that's probably been the big surprise for sure.
John, finish this for me. You'll lift the brick on Saturday if
we can take care of the basketball. I think the key with East almost every year is if you can limit turnovers and get shots up and not send them on the pick six turnovers that they're so capable of creating, you got a chance. And so I think that's going to be the most critical thing for sure.
And we're pleasure to be joined now by the head coach of the East High Eagles, Coach Daryl Barley. Coach Barley, thank you so very much for taking a few minutes with us this afternoon.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Sure. Coach Barley, it's been a very successful season so far for you guys. Can you talk us a little bit about the journey that you guys have kind of gone through so far this season that's kind of led you up to this point?
Well, at the beginning, we thought we were going to have one of our top returning players, and Justice Ross Simmons. But, he transferred, done very well out in California. He has a football scholarship to Colorado State. Everyone had to pick their game up, especially Damani, the leadership role, as well as Kai McCullough, who's, these guys been in the fire for 4 years. And, hopefully everything that they, worked out for all summer, lifting weights, doing push-ups, going to the various trainers will come to fruition on Saturday.
Daryl, this semifinal game against Wayne certainly didn't start the way you wanted it to. I wasn't at the game, but I read you guys were down 19, came out in the third quarter and pretty much blitzed them. What changed at halftime, and what was the message to the team at halftime?
Well, before half, we were just saying we want to get it down under 10 points from 19. We got down to 14. Damani hit 2 huge threes. We got him going a little bit. We moved them to the shooting guard from the point guard and had Carruthers play point guard in order to generate some more points. Kai McCullough was the kid who kept us, in the game in the first quarter just by scoring some points. And we got it under 10 and we were down by 9. Then the second half, we just, we turned up our pressure, try to take away their legs, their ball handling ability, and it worked. And then, once we got the lead, we never gave it back. But I mean, those guys never quit. And, we came up with the victory.
The trapping defense that you guys play, you give up some things sometimes with it, but is the theory that eventually we're going to wear you down and we're going to get you?
Oh, yeah. That's definitely my theory. Even, throughout the years, when I had other teams, when I can come in with other bodies, we would press, but we also would do a run and jump man-to-man type of press. This year is a little different. It's a little more of a zone press. But, yeah, we're going to give up some layups sometimes. Sometimes guys going to get open shots. But eventually, just like Arkansas, we want to wear you down, and hopefully you don't have your legs at the end and you can't make some of those open threes or contested threes.
32 minutes of hell, the old Nolan Richardson, man. I used to love those.
Yes, sir.
Used to love those. Yeah, coaching your sons, and you have now for a couple of years. I've always thought this about guys who coach your sons. It goes one of two ways. And remember, your son's sitting right next to you, so you got to be truthful with me here.
Yes.
Do you coach him up harder or easier generally than the rest of the squad?
No, I coach him the same. The thing about it is, Damani is very crafty. He always was someone who was able to adjust quickly and learn different moves quickly. He can play with both hands, shoot the ball. He's tall, see over the defense. So it wasn't as difficult with him as the other two, right? The other two, I had to coach him up a little bit more, whereas Damani is really a lifesaver, because without him yesterday, without the entire team, but what he did yesterday on some occasions is totally different from just about any player that I've coached, and I had some really good ones.
When you have him out on the floor, you guys, I mean, you've known him since birth, right? He knows you. Do you sometimes not even have to say to him, give him a look, and he knows what you're thinking, and he can kind of read and lead the team that way?
Well, sometimes I do tell him, you have to take over. I would tell him that, like, it's your time. But one thing about him is, I've always taken him out of town, right? Take him to New York City. I would take him Philadelphia, local cities, Buffalo, Syracuse, Albany, and he always stood out. His game travels well. So in a sense, he knows what to do. He knows when to make the right pass. He knows when to get his hand in the passing lane. And that's something that's not taught. That's just something that's intuitive, something that he just have within him that makes him a great player. Like sometimes I'm surprised about some of the things I have saw throughout his basketball journey. I mean, even starting from, first and second grade, playing up against fourth and fifth graders.
You're a great player in your own right, in Canisius, Hall of Famer, the whole deal. Is it hard sometimes when you're looking at your son to not think what you did and how you did it to try to get him to kind of follow your path?
It's always difficult, and you could probably ask, you could ask some of the players like John Wallace and his son, right? They were great players. They did well, like Reese Athena, did well in junior college, Division II level. Greg Wooder, his son is playing on a team, and it's difficult to coach your kids if they don't have the same type of ability, right? So you have to adjust. One thing I could say about my kids, I could not shoot like those guys could until I reached college. One thing that they did, they perfected being able to catch and shoot, keep the ball up, and those type of things, which will take away some of the deficiencies that they didn't have as far as what I had as far as height and athleticism. Whereas, Damani has the height, the athleticism, he can shoot. He dribbles the ball way better than I do. He's starting to rebound better. So maybe I was a little bit more athletic, but his athleticism has taken off. And I think he's just going to get better and better. But it's definitely difficult to coach your own kids. And you don't want to give them too much praise, and you don't want to criticize them too much. But they're just one of the guys. So, I treat all my guys the same.
Who gets who in one-on-one right now? You and Damani?
Oh, no. Ever since I tore my Achilles,
You done?
maybe I'm done. I'm done. But I do tell them sometimes, just keep the ball up. Keep the ball up. Shoot the ball at the seams. You have a good chance of it going in, and it's been working for him thus far.
Joe, you mentioned Simmons Ross kid transferring out. Your plan changed then. Give me a kid who, at the beginning of the year, you didn't see being such a key figure, but as the year's going on, has really, really carved out a role for you.
I would have to say Zion Parsons. He's only an 8th grader, but he's, he maybe grew maybe 2 more inches. He's rebounding the ball well. He has a nice stroke. He just plays the game the right way as far as penetrating and kicking the ball and even knocking down some big shots. Another kid is Micah Johnson, who's a freshman that I brought up halfway through the year. He had a big shot, game-winning shot against Niagara Falls, who's a powerhouse in the Buffalo area. And then he had some big shots in the Brockport game, 2 back-to-back threes. Those guys are young. And then you'll have to say Shamir Carruthers, who's now more, doing more of a leadership role, telling people where to be, just playing hard all the time, finding the open man and things of that nature. But I knew he can do it. He was more of a scorer on JV, but now he has taken his game to another level.
You and Sutherland certainly have familiarity. You guys have met up in the last couple tournaments. You guys, do you have a good idea of what to expect, and do you have to tweak anything for them on Saturday?
Well, every year is, we all have different teams, different types of athletes, different types of shooters. You may coach a little differently. I don't know. I did watch a little bit of the film. I noticed that 2 guys were doing the bulk of the scoring, but it was a low-scoring game from what I saw. I don't know. I just want to keep it a secret. But I know Coach Nally is a great coach. Both brothers, they're always in the mix. I'm always honored to share the floor with those guys. I think both teams are going to come out and play hard and try to execute whatever the coach, worked on.
Coach, finish this one for me. East High will host the Brick on Saturday afternoon, I should say.
If we rebound and play hard, you got to rebound and play hard. You definitely don't want to be down 19 or 20. We did that a couple times this year. Fairport, we came up short. We were down by 20, came up short. Niagara Falls, we were down by 20, came back and won that one. Down by almost 20 last night. We want to get off to a good start, have a clean game, have fun. And, if we play hard, we rebound, contest shots, there's a good chance that we can win that championship, but I don't want to jinx myself, all going there a little nervous, and we just want to go out there and play hard and have a good game and good, great sportsmanship.
And good morning. Good morning on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Welcome to Gates Chili High School for Section 5 boys basketball, where today the first of our 3 contests at Gates Chili features the Class A2 championship game between Pittsford Sutherland and East High School. Good morning, everybody. I'm Sam Schreier. Glad to be joined on the broadcast by the legendary Carl Falk. And Carl, we talked to the coaches this week, and it's going to be a heck of a game today.
It's an interesting game, and Sammy, I think it's a game nobody really expected. You look at East High, and you expected East High to get to the finals. They had a great year. They traveled a little bit, played out of area quite a bit, so they're tested. But for Pittsford Sutherland, they were expected, even talking to the coach John Nally in the preseason, they didn't know what to expect with this team. But it came together. They get a good win in the semifinals, and yet here they are. And these two teams have seen each other before in this setting.
That's right. I think they played in the sectionals. What did John say? With like 6 of the last 7 years?
Something crazy like that. I think 4 years in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
So East High, their road here, well, it's a road that led them to the championship last year. This year, they lost. They lost arguably their best player. We heard from Coach Barley on the pregame. He went to prep school and left and get a scholarship. But East High, they continue to reload. They were in danger of being knocked out of the sectionals in the semifinals. Wayne had them down 19 points, but here they are again.
Down 19 in the first half. And what Coach Barley talked to us about is the importance of cutting it to about 10 at halftime. And his son, Damani Barley, name you're going to hear a lot today, hit a couple key shots, and they moved him off the point guard position to the 2 guard, gave him a little bit of an advantage in the second half. And again, you're going to see this. The trapping defense of East High ended up wearing Wayne down a little bit, and a great finish. Wayne had a chance at the end, didn't get it done, and East High Eagles in the finals yet again.
And we look at Pittsford Sutherland. They're here as the 5 seed, winning at Honeoye Falls Lima in the quarterfinals, and then going on the road and or not on the road, but at a neutral site at Webster Thomas on Wednesday. They beat Eastridge, who was ranked in the state, only 2 losses on the year, and they held them to 37 points, winning 39-37.
We asked Coach Nally, did you try to take the air out of the ball? And he said, no. Just kind of happened that way. But the point is that Sutherland's going to play very good defense. They're a young team, but at the same time, a team that's ready to compete here today on the championship stage.
All right, we are set for tip-off right at high 11. Usually it's high noon, but no, we'll say high 11. Here we go. First of 3 is underway from Gates Charli. Ball is controlled by Carruthers, who swings it off in the corner and gets it back up top again. Top of the key, looking for a shot. Gives it back to the foul line with a pull-up for Zion Parsons. First points of the game go to the Eagles.
And I like the patience that East High showed there against that defense. Kick it around a little bit, move it around, and you see the press right away from East High.
Knights break it, and a layup as Max Machalski puts it in for Sutherland.
That's a good sign for Sutherland, and they've got to be able to do that today. It's a live and die by the throw over the top because it's going to play into what East wants to do. But when you get an easy bucket, you got to score, and we certainly know that from the semifinal game that Sutherland played in.
There's a pull-up from just outside the foul line. Taken there by Carruthers. It's no good, and the Knights pull down the rebound. And now the Knights will set up in the half court. Everett Wilcox throws it off in the corner to Piscinelli. Around to Tyler Mullen, and gets it stolen by Carruthers, and East High right back the other way. They find a little pass, and a layup is no good, and a fight for the rebound, and down on the floor, a jump ball is called.
Again, you're going to see that. You're going to see the long arms, and the quickness of East defensively. Try to get some loose balls and get out and run. For Sutherland, they got to get back.
There's a inbound pass, and the Knights break that press. Taken right up by Piscinelli, and he loses the handle, goes out of bounds, and the ball will stay with Pittsford Sutherland.
And there's kind of the danger, and you saw it there. Yes, you want to run, you want to take an opportunity, but you also might be turning the ball over, which plays in East's hands long term.
Look at this. That's a layup on an out-of-bounds pass. Chandler Reynolds got it into Sam Piscinelli, and Sutherland has their first lead of the game.
Yeah, I think this game, Sam, as we go along, you're going to see the pressure defense of East take over. But when Sutherland gets opportunities, they've got to put the ball in the basket. They've got to be, because I don't think they're a team that can go on spurts the way East High can. East High can run you out of the gym quickly. I don't think Sutherland has that type of capabilities.
Look at this. The Knights take a foul, and they're going to go to the line and shoot 2 as Sam Piscinelli will go for Pittsford Sutherland after the miss on the other side, and it'll be 2 shots for Piscinelli.
We're talking a lot about the styles of play in this game, and we talked to Coach Nally about this. Playing Eastridge in the semifinals, a similar team. Athleticism, wants to get up and down the floor, so for Sutherland, this isn't like something new. This is something they just saw in a trapping athletic team like East High.
And a point being run by Damani Barley. Captain Damani Barley, the senior for East High. He can take over a game at any moment.
I'll be interested to see how Damani Barley lets the game come to him today. And sometimes, we talked to Coach Barley about this, he's going to be the guy that's got to take over. When does that happen, and how much does he let his teammates start to get involved before he looks for his own?
There's a tip out of bounds. Shamir Carruthers will take it for East on the inbounds pass, and does get it in. Carruthers, a nice little drop off, and sends it back up out top to Kai McCullough. Back around to the corner to Zion Parsons, who drives the lane and drives baseline and gets fouled on the play, and 2 shots for East.
I like the patience of East right now. They're going against the zone, and Sutherland's doing a good job reacting to the ball movement, but I really like the way that East is moving the ball around, looking for each other. And again, Damani Barley hasn't taken a shot yet, something to keep an eye on, because when it comes, I have a feeling it's going to come quickly.
Zion Parsons misses the first. 5:41 to go, opening quarter. Class A2 championship game. East High, the defending champions in this bracket. Second one up, and is missed again, but the offensive board pulled down off the foul shot. East will get another possession, and they turn it into a 3-pointer as Shamir Carruthers connects from the top of the key, and a timeout on the floor.
Technical foul, Sammy.
Oh.
Carruthers a little
That's a-
demonstrative after that. You know, championship game. Here's the thing. These referees have a lot of eyeballs on them as well. And the sportsmanship thing is going to be a thing that you're going to have to pay attention to. There's certain things when you celebrate you cannot do. Carruthers did one of those things, and now he's got a technical foul on him. And again, we're 5:33 into the game.
Now, Carl,
You get a technical foul in the first 3 minutes of a basketball game. That means you've got 29 minutes to not get another one. And he is a key player. One of those things that just cannot happen in a championship game. You cannot allow your emotions to let yourself penalize your team.
Now, Carl, you have some experience in championship games and being an official. On a play like that in a championship game, do you make a call like that?
You know what? Yes, because here's the thing. If you don't, you're going to hear about it. You're on this game to make a call like that. There are certain things when you do the bow and arrow after a three. Yeah. It's a technical foul. It's a technical foul every time you do it. It's a sportsmanship thing. The National Federation who writes the rules every year, one of the keys is the sportsmanship factor. Now, there's a lot of discussion going on, and I don't know if they're talking it back. Okay. So we should be shooting two with Sutherland, and Sutherland should be getting the ball at midcourt. But the way it looks, I'm wondering if they pulled back the technical foul.
And that's okay. So interesting.
It is interesting, and I'm not a big fan of putting a genie back in the bottle. Yeah, it's a tough call, but does that send the same message? Because, again, that can't happen in a championship game. You can't be demonstrative in a way that's going to cost your team. So hopefully, even with all that discussion, that's something to keep an eye on as we go forward.
Everett Wilcox gets it out to Pissanelli. Pissanelli, a little floater, and the rebound comes down to East, and up court here come the Eagles. Damani Barley. Side, he's going to feed off this ball screen right here. As that cut around, kicks it off in the corner. Back up out top again, Parsons. Parsons looking for it. Feeds it on the other side to Carruthers, and Carruthers off the window and gives the Eagles the lead.
And you see Carruthers there getting back on defense and getting ready to go. So message delivered for that young man. He's come ready to play early today.
Knights break the press. Everett Wilcox with it, and the Knights almost lost it. Chandler Reynolds, he double teamed on that trapping defense right there. Pissanelli trapped in the corner. Pissanelli trying to get it out. He does find the pass to Michalski, but it gets intercepted by East, and right to the basket. Shamir Carruthers missed that shot, and it went out of bounds. And Sutherland will get possession right back underneath their basket. Good defense by the Knights to get back on that play and prevent the easy points for East.
Good job by the Knights to get back. I think that was a play that Carruthers could have pulled up, maybe shot a little short jumper, or maybe done something else.
Foul on the play there on the pass. It's going to be a foul on number 13 for East. McCullough, it's going to be his first. East with 3 team fouls already here in the first 4 minutes of the game on a quick pace.
And that's something to keep an eye on as well. East doesn't go very deep this year. I mean, traditionally a much deeper team.
And Sutherland knocks down a three-pointer. Chandler Reynolds puts the Knights back on top.
Reynolds shot that like he meant it too. Something that, again, with the trap, you're going to get open threes. If they could get somebody, the Knights get somebody who can knock it down, something, again, that's going to play well for them as this game goes along.
Shamir Carruthers nearly lost it, able to retain possession, gets it to Zion Parsons, who hammers a three. And East answers with a three of their own.
It's funny, you watch. Get the hand on the ball, loose ball, you're out of position defensively. East immediately capitalizes on that and gets a wide open three for Zion Parsons.
And a timeout for John Nally. He's going to take a 30-second timeout, 3:22 to go here in the first quarter. 3:22 to play. And Carl, the pace of this game right now, I think is favoring the Eagles at this point.
Yeah, and I think it's what they wanted to do. It's what Coach Barley told us they wanted to do. They're going to trap. They're going to be active defensively, and they're going to try to create points off of their defense. They're not picking up full court. We're seeing it's more of a half-court trap. I think as the game goes on, maybe they extend it a little more, but they're getting some run-outs, Sam, and they're getting opportunities. And I think Coach Nally's probably talking to his guys now, hey, we got to take care of the basketball. We're getting good looks. We're hanging in there. Our defense is good, but we got to take care of the basketball against the trap. Easier said than done, by the way.
Right, and the pace of this game is a little bit different than a 39-37 game, too.
We might get there by halftime today.
That's right, that's right. Right to the basket, Pissanelli decides to kick it out in the corner. A three for Bobby Dodge is no good, and the Eagles come down with the rebound. It's Shamir Carruthers, and he passes it off to Kai McCullough, who tries a three. It's no good, and rebound to Everett Wilcox.
And again, that's the up-tempo that East wants. Push it ahead, get a good look at a three, and take it.
And a little floater in the paint there by Tyler Mullen, and the Eagles pull down the rebound. Damani Barley.
Still hasn't taken a shot. I expect him to try and get some on his own here today.
There it is. First shot for him is a three that rattles in and out, and the rebound offensively to East. Gets it again, and a blocking call is against Sutherland there on the drive.
A good try to take a charge down on East. You see down at the little bit falling back before. Everyone who's saying that's a charge, watch a defensive player start to slide backwards, Sammy. We've seen that before, right?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, good call by the official. We're going to give credit where credit's due.
There you go. There you go.
You know what team I'm on. Team Stripes all day, right?
Although today you're not getting yelled at too much.
No, I hope not. Only by you and
That's
Joel.
Right.
And, you guys, whatever.
Damani Barley. He feeds off the screen from Handy, and Damani Barley with a three-pointer. His first points of the game, and the Eagles have a 4-point lead.
So we said he hadn't taken a shot, takes a three, a contested three, gets it back, puts it on the floor, drive and dish, and now a three. I think Damani Barley is now into this game. Got away with the travel there.
There it is. No.
A little bit late.
He did. Got it.
Late is right. Remember that. It's still right. Here's Damani Barley. You see that step back. That's tough to defend with his size as well. That's a great athletic move. He's an excellent shooter. And remember, he's playing a point guard now, and what turned things around in the game against Wayne was moving him off the point to get him more active, so as a shooter.
There's another three-pointer. He set that one up. Kai McCullough buries it. And it's a 7-point lead for the Eagles now.
Kai McCullough was huge the other night as well. He's another key figure in this team, and that was a good-looking stroke he put on that one.
Chandler Reynolds got a pass to Luke Freeze, and then a layup for Pissanelli.
Great patience by Reynolds there.
Yeah.
Great patience.
Finding their shot and the easy looks in front of the basket. The Knights are going to try to do, and they get this back to 5 points.
With Coach Barley the other night, we talked about the trap, and sometimes you give some things up on the trap. It's risk-reward. And we asked him, is that a problem? No, because eventually we're going to wear you down and we're going to wear you out. And that's the theory, and we'll see how it plays out as this game goes on.
The Eagles using their quickness right there. Shamir Carruthers with the layup. And the Eagles extend the lead. The Knights right back the other way. Layup off the back of the rim and bounces out. And now another three-pointer is good. Damani Barley knocks it down, and the biggest lead of the game now for the Eagles.
Yeah, 10-point lead, and this is danger time for Pittsford Sutherland.
And a timeout is called by Sutherland. So they have to use a full timeout to maintain possession with only 40 seconds to go in the quarter.
To show how much it's danger time. I thought Coach Nally would try to get to the end of the quarter, but everything's going East High right now. You see the activity on defense, the way they're running out, the shots are falling. They've hit, I think, their last 3 or 4 threes in a row.
And we're going to step aside here, and we're here from our sponsors here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You don't choose to get hurt at work, but you can choose the workers' comp attorneys at Connors and Ferris to fight for your money and medical benefits you deserve.
With over 20 years of industry experience, we will give your case our undivided attention so that you and your family can focus on your recovery.
So call Connors and Ferris, the workers' comp attorneys dedicated to fighting for injured workers' rights.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
It's a championship game. You make a call, you better stand up.
And we're back here at Gates Chi-Li, 21-11. East High in the lead. And Chandler Reynolds will get it in for Sutherland. Controlled by Piscinelli. Piscinelli loses the handle. East quickly back the other way. Off the timeout. Another basket for the Eagles. They are rolling right now, 23-11.
And again, offense from defense. They slap the ball away. Carruthers gets it, comes down, gets an opportunity. And remember I said the play before, I wanted him to pull up and maybe look for someone else. There he did.
And a jump ball is called, and the possession's going to go back to East. So the Eagles, who are swarming right now, off to a much better start than they were against Wayne. They are overwhelming the Knights right now.
Yeah, and as you look at the replay, you see the kickback from Carruthers to Damani Barley for the easy lay-in. Offense from defense. It's what Coach Barley has wanted from his team, and he's got it so far in the first quarter.
Barley. It's a long three and nearly went in at the buzzer. And just like that, the Eagles have a 12-point lead after one. We played one from Gates Chi-Li. It's East High Eagles 23 and the Pittsford Sutherland Knights 11. You're watching the Section 5 Class A2 championship game on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
There is a place for those who enjoy challenging themselves. It also is a place for someone who truly wants to be a surgeon, someone who wants to learn the full breadth of orthopedics. When you're in Rochester, you're going to be exposed to everything that modern orthopedists take care of. Exposure to world-class clinicians, world-class researchers, a culture that's focused on your education and professional development, combined with outstanding esprit de corps among the residents, and a wonderful place to live.
Welcome back to Gates Chi-Li. We're getting set for the second quarter. The Eagles leading the Knights 23-11. And Carl, the Eagles did pretty much what they wanted to do in that first quarter.
They really did, and that's the recipe. Offense from defense. We've seen it time and time again. And what'll be interesting to watch as this game goes along, the referees are going to play a big part in both of these two games that you and I are going to do together, because if they allow things to go uncalled, the reaches and different things on the trap, it's a huge advantage for the team that does trap, in this case East High. So do the referees change their style?
Another steal and a slam! Damani Barley with the one-handed slam. And East High on the first possession forces a timeout for Sutherland, and Coach Nally is not happy. And Coach Nally is just trying to do anything to stay alive here.
Yeah, he came out to greet Everett Wilcox, who made this throw over the top, and it's just, you got to take care of the basketball. Absolutely, they've got to find a way to handle the trap. Early in the game, they were throwing towards the basket on the trap. Now you're seeing lateral passes that are getting picked off, deflected, putting them out of possession. I don't know that Sutherland's had a shot attempt in their last 5 possessions.
No, I think that the only chance that they had to get close was stolen right at the rim and then taken back down for a layup down the other way. And Damani Barley got hot. He hit 2 big threes and made a nice little behind the back pass there to set up an easy layup there for East as well.
And by my count, he's up to 10 points. And what did he take his first shot with, like 3 minutes left in the first quarter?
Exactly.
He waited, and we talked about it. He's a patient player, and he's the leader of this East High team. Yeah, he's a coach's son, so he's got that basketball knowledge ingrained in him. Let it come to him, and when he let it come to him, it's really impressive how quickly he took over when it did come to him. Another
steal again for East, and Sutherland having trouble with that East defense, and nearly another three-pointer by Kai McCullough, pulled down the rebound by Sutherland. Knights have it in the corner for 3. Tyler Mullen bounces in and out, pulled down the offensive rebound and laid in for Pistinelli. And Sutherland scoring their first points in quite some time.
That's a big basket. That was so needed for the Knights just to settle things down. Now they get their defense set up and they force East to end up working against the 2-3 zone.
And we've seen Sutherland switch to it. They started man, but it's going to be a very hard task to play this team man-to-man for sure.
Absolutely.
There's a nice little pass there. Gets it in. And a foul is called underneath the basket. Foul is called there. And there you see the replay of the last basket there for Sutherland. They hit the top of the backboard,
It
too.
did. Remember, top of the backboard is not out of bounds. It is inbounds. Over the top of the backboard is out of bounds. I'll give a referee clinic at halftime.
Here's one. It rolls in. And a three-point opportunity for Sutherland. So the Knights get it off the out-of-bounds play. Tyler Mullen. It's ended, and the Knights have a chance to get it into single digits here.
When you're on the verge of getting run out of the gym, which the Knights were, to come back with back-to-back baskets and a chance for a three-point play, it's huge. And again, it gets them an opportunity to set their defense.
And they do complete the three-point play. So a turnaround right there, 5-0 run right now for Sutherland, and they sit back in that 2-3 zone.
And here you see Carruthers bringing it up, and Damani Barley now off the ball, similar to what Coach Barley did the other night against Wayne to get him more opportunities. So something to keep an eye on there.
Sutherland East one shot and out, and they get it off to Tyler Mullen, who hammers a three, and a 5-0 run's become an 8-0 run. It's down to 6 points.
Yeah, Coach Barley wanted to travel on that little hop step there. Didn't get it, and a big three for the Knights.
Now the East answers from three from the corner. McCullough hammers it right in front of the Sutherland bench. And right like that, it's back to 8 points. Knights right back down the other way for three. No good. Rebound down to McCullough. McCullough racing right back down
Smart
court.
play.
Yeah.
Smart play by McCullough to bring it out. He had 4 Knights back on defense, reads the play, gets back. He's a good player for these East High Eagles.
And the Eagles turn it over with a pass right through the lane, and they were trying to find a cutter right there, unable to do so, and Sutherland gets it on the turnover.
Quinn Gordon-Smith thought he had a man going to the basket. He didn't. By the way, Gordon-Smith the other night, a key player in that comeback win against Wayne.
Knights running their offense now in the half court. Everett Wilcox off to Mullen. Mullen with a pass inside. It's tipped and trying to maintain possession, and last touch by East. Good call right there. He got it at the last second. I thought East touched that one. Let's see if they're
going to change it here.
They are going to change it. What'd you see there? I thought it was a tip.
I think they ultimately got it right. I thought they got it wrong initially, but you know, I'm a ways up, and I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not the guy. I'm not the referee I was 20 years ago. and there are a lot of people that tell you I wasn't a referee 20 years ago. So, you know.
We appreciate the expertise, though. it's the rule interpretation. That's
the attempted expertise.
That's right. There's a three-pointer for the Eagles. It's no good from Gordon Smith, and the Knights right back down the other way. Tyler Mullen for three hits back iron and bounces out, and East High pulls down the rebound. So Sutherland getting one shot, and East grabbing those rebounds, keeping the Knights off the glass, and travel there. Good call, and the Eagles have turned it over there.
Yeah, Coach Barley again looking for a bump that caused the travel on that one. Doesn't get the call. Yeah, Sutherland has stemmed the tide, if you will. They've hung in there, but they need to convert just like that.
And there's the layup right there. Layup right there for the Knights.
Nice
Put in by
drive and dish.
Everett Wilcox, yep.
Nice drive and dish for the Knights. And again, when they can set their defense, they're forcing East essentially to live and die by the three, which East is more than willing to do because they got guys who can really knock it down. Surprised Damani didn't pull the trigger there.
One's out top for Carruthers for three. It's long and out of bounds. It's possession to the Knights. So the Knights have done a pretty decent job after that. John Nally coming on the court in that timeout and giving him a little earful there. And since that point, the Knights have kind of weathered the storm a little bit.
You know, you think about it, if you're Coach Nally, you spent 3 timeouts in the first quarter. Well, there might not be a fourth quarter to use those timeouts in. So use them when you need them. This is a championship game, and you got to hang in.
Everett Wilcox has it up out top. Tyler Mullen, 10 on the shot clock. There's a little layup and no good. And East comes down with a rebound, and Damani Barley back to the point again. So Eagles switching it up back and forth.
Absolutely. A point-blank shot there for Max that he's got to knock down, and I'm sure he'd be the first to tell you that he's got to knock that down.
And a wide open look there, and they'll pass that up for a three-pointer for McCullough that went in and out. And on the initial way down court, hits Barley's leg, goes out of bounds, and Sutherland ball.
Something you're not seeing much of is East High rebounding the basketball offensively. So something to keep an eye on there, that they're only getting one and done as well. Neither team has had much of a presence on the board so far on their offensive end.
It's going to be the key, and Coach Nally said it. They're going to have to rebound to be able to do that, because a lot of times East will only allow you into one shot. It might be the only opportunity you're going to get. So,
and if East gets a rebound, they're looking to push it the other way quickly, get offense again from defense.
This one goes back up on top again. Shamir Carruthers. Carruthers driving the lane, and its shot is partially blocked and goes on the end line after the last touch by Sutherland, and out of bounds. It will be possession to the Eagles.
Good defense there by the Knights. But again, Carruthers easily beating the first part of the zone to get the opportunity at the basket. Good help defense, though, by Sutherland.
Out of bounds, Barley swings it up around to Quentin Gordon-Smith, and Gordon-Smith will call out the play. Swings it on the other side to Carruthers. Now Gordon-Smith with a long three. It hits front rim out. Tried to save it, and 3 Eagles back to recover, and then they turn it over. Turnover there, and nearly saved that one.
So Damani Barley's really interesting to me, because he's such an excellent basketball player, but it's the mentality that he brings to the game. First quarter, let the game come to him. Went about first 5 minutes without taking a shot. Then boom, 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 shots, passes. We saw him kind of take over. He's since gone back and let his teammates kind of do things. With 2.5 minutes left in this half, I expect Damani Barley to make his presence felt yet again on the offensive end.
Knights trying to get some bad hair, and they're going to call a foul on the floor. Foul against number 12. Yeah. I have 12 on my roster there.
Yep.
No 12.
Sorry to number 12's family and friends.
Sorry about that. Let's foul on East nonetheless.
Yes.
6th team foul against the Eagles, so Sutherland will be shooting the rest of the way. Inbound to Mullen. Mullen kicks it off to Dodge. Back up on top to Albert Wilcox. On the other side, trying to find a cutter for Brendan Quinn, and that one's tipped and out of bounds. Last touch by the Eagles. It'll be Sutherland ball underneath their basket with 25 on the shot clock.
A very important time for the Knights right now to not only hang in there, but to maybe cut into this lead before halftime. Don't let East get another spurt. Don't let East get a little bit more. And then hit up on the shot clock.
Yep. Hit up there, and
I thought it was deflected up there, but a long way away. What do I know? I don't have a whistle.
You're the big time trail today. You're the big time trail today.
You do a bunch of these games, and then it's tough not to think like that. I'll be honest.
Damani Barley running the point again, swings it around to Shamir Carruthers. On the top again, Barley off to Carruthers, and cross-court pass. Up top again, Barley to Carruthers. This little feed inside, they find Zion Parsons. Nifty little move that was.
Great patience by East, working the ball around. The ball never touched the ground. You never saw it dribble. And now another turnover, and here we go with another spurt potentially for East High.
And they get off in the corner to Barley for 3. Boom. That's how they're effective. And look at this. Lead right back to 12 now.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about in 2 things. Damani Barley putting his stamp on the end of this first half, and offense to defense, offense from defense by the East High Eagles.
Hissinelli in the corner. Nally swings it back up around to Tyler Mullen. Goes in the corner for Bobby Dodge, and a block by Zion Parsons on that 3-pointer.
Great recovery by Parsons. He went a long way to impact that shot. Dodge took his time, thought he was wide open, which he was, but you got to know your man's closing out. Maybe a little pump fake and, put it on the floor, try to get in the lane. Important possession here for the Knights.
In front of the East High bench, Bobby Dodge in control. Pass is in. Wilcox throws it into the corner. Now gets it inside with a little hook shot for Michalski. Puts it in. So a big basket there for the Knights. They need a defensive stand here now.
Huge possession. They get a good look. They get it to the big man in the middle. Turns, shoots over the defender. Well done.
And back up on top. There's a three-pointer for the Eagles. It's long. And the Knights come down with the rebound. Chance to 45 seconds here. Let's see what they do.
I don't hate that shot because it's a 2-for-1 situation for East High. They get an opportunity to get it back after Sutherland's possession. So I didn't hate that shot.
Cox with a pass inside, finding Bobby Dodge. He misses the layup. East comes down with the rebound, and Eagles will come right back. There's a three-pointer up and no good. And now with 18 seconds to go, the Knights will have the last shot of the half.
Okay, I didn't hate the first one. I hated that one. You wanted to take the last shot of the half in that situation. Make sure.
Yep. And it's going to stay with Sutherland.
All right, I'm going to say it. That's a charge all day, every day. That's a play that's got to be called. The official's right there looking at it. Got to make that call.
Carl, I appreciate the insight. I'm so glad. I know it's a different perspective, and I like that. It's great.
Yeah, it's not a cheerleader, but
Wilcox for three, and he had a couple more seconds to shoot that one. Went long, and 1 second left now.
And here's something: the clock stopped. The clock should stop when. Well, we'll let this play.
Barley with the long shot at the end of the quarter on the heave, and the Eagles are going to go into the locker room with the 10-point lead.
Clock should have stopped when the ball hit out of bounds. It did not hit out of bounds. Clock actually stopped. The clock keeper realized his mistake, started it up again. About a half second should have come off the clock, but I'm the only one in the arena probably that caught it.
There you go.
So
and
doesn't matter.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. So we have reached halftime here from Gates Chili, the Class A2 championship game. The East High Eagles leading the Pittsburgh Sutherland Knights 33-23. And you're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network.
After you've been injured at work, you might feel like you're up against your employer.
But the truth is, your employer isn't the opponent, the insurance company is. You need a workers' comp attorney with the knowledge and experience to maximize your benefits.
Call Connors and Ferris today, as we have dedicated over 20 years of our professional careers to helping injured workers.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
We're all searching for ways to connect. We long to be part of a group we believe in. A group that helps define who we are. This is what it means to be part of a community. At M&T Bank, supporting all the important communities our customers are part of is nothing new. To enable, encourage, and empower people and communities to thrive, there's nothing more important.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.
Rochester is a place for those who enjoy challenging themselves. It also is a place for someone who truly wants to be a surgeon, someone who wants to learn the full breadth of orthopedics. When you're in Rochester, you're going to be exposed to everything that modern orthopedists take care of. Exposure to world-class clinicians, world-class researchers, a culture that's focused on your education and professional development, combined with outstanding esprit de corps among the residents, and a wonderful place to live.
Looking for a great way to commemorate this season's sectionals? Section 5 Athletics is excited to work with Mugs & More to offer a variety of apparel options for each sport and each season. Items include graphics specifically developed to feature the sport and year, including items such as hoodies, hats, pants, and more. Apparel for each season is available for a limited time, so don't miss your chance. Visit section5.org/mugsandmore to see the many options and place your order today.
Over the middle, he's got a man. It's complete. Ciolino. See you later.
Going long, wide open. Perazzi. He gets it. Perazzi. Foot raise. 10, 5. Make it. Touchdown. Punch. Counter punch.
The trickery. Ryder gets it back. Goes over the top for Haberman. What a catch!
Just Ross Simmons strips him. That's loose. And Ross Simmons is going to take this the other direction. Make it. Touchdown. Touchdown East.
You don't choose to get hurt at work, but you can choose the workers' comp attorneys at Connors & Ferris to fight for your money and medical benefits you deserve.
With over 20 years of industry experience, we will give your case our undivided attention so that you and your family can focus on your recovery.
So call Connors & Ferris, the workers' comp attorneys dedicated to fighting for injured workers' rights.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
It's time to get hyped with Varsity Media. We offer an array of video services sure to amp up your team. From staged preseason hype videos with custom lighting and smoke machines to sideline highlights of a big game. How can your team stand out from the crowd? Contact Varsity Media today and let us tailor something your squad will never forget. These are the best times of your life. Capture them in the most creative ways possible with the sports leader, Varsity Media.
If you're interested in staying involved with the sports you've enjoyed over the years, we may have an opportunity for you. Section 5 Athletics is currently looking for officials for several sports. Serving as a Section 5 official provides a great way to stay active, contribute to the sports you love, and earn money while making your own schedule. Visit section5.org/officials for more information and to express your interest.
Parents and athletes, why leave your college career in the hands of amateurs? Varsity Media produces professional college recruiting videos that you can use to help land a spot on the team. Our highlight reels have proven to save thousands of dollars in college tuition. You've worked hard and put the effort into your high school athletic career. Don't take any chances when it comes to your future. Varsity Media has been producing college recruiting videos since 2010. We understand what college coaches are looking for, and our attention to detail on your highlights will separate your resume from others. Stand out from the crowd. We'll help showcase your talents. Contact Varsity Media today and order a college recruiting video. You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
There he goes for Sean Baker. One man to beat. Collier can't get him. Baker gives Victor the lead.
The box. Headed by McQuaid, and in they score!
The Braves get it back. Quick shot! And a score for San Diego! Wide open for Ozzie! He gets it! Touchdown, McQuaid! Punch! Power punch! Out of the shot and a goal!
Dribble handoff to Shatters. What do you think? Bang! Brings heaven. Let's see, they shoot it! Score! All right, welcome back to Gates Chi-Li's second half. About to get started between East High and Pittsford Sutherland, and the Eagles, Carl, they took that 10-point lead to the locker room.
Yeah, and that's a big deal to have double digits, and East starts with the first half. Damani Barley, who in the first half had 13 points, Sammy, brings it up.
13 points, and all came pretty late in that first quarter, and half of them in that first quarter.
Yeah, he had 9 quick ones in the first quarter, and then
there's a three-pointer for Shamir McCullough, no good, and offensive board by East High, and it's a tip out of bounds.
I don't like to put it on the referees, but something to keep an eye on as this half goes along. East High is the more aggressive defensive team, and they're always going to be that way with their trapping defense. You're seeing one right here. How the referees officiate the traps, the reaches. You know, Coach Barley talked to us about 40 minutes of hell, the old Nolan Richardson theory at Arkansas. If you're an old guy like me, you know what I'm talking about. The referees, how they interpret the traps, go a long way to determining things. And in the first half, there was no foul trouble. We'll see what happens here in the second half.
The Eagles in control now. They get the turnover, but the Knights get it right back after the travel call on that trap. And they take it right back, and they're going to send it in. And a slam again for Damani Barley.
Real nice unselfish play there by Carruthers. Knows that the dunk's going to get the crowd going, gives it up.
Look at that nice play right there. And the Knights nearly had a chance at a three-point play as they were able to get the steal and attempt that one. Here's that slam dunk right there.
Yeah, nice little unselfish. I love unselfish basketball, and East High's done a great job so far of showing they're an unselfish team and how they get people involved. And, you know, Damani, you got to love playing with a kid like that because everyone knows he's your player, he's your guy, but he's such a great passer, and he's so patient with letting the game come to him. If you're his teammate, you just got to absolutely love that.
And 2 foul shots for the Knights, and it's 35-24. Damani Barley running the point. Knights in that 2-3 zone again. It's a kick off into the corner for McCullough, and lost the tip there, and it went right back to Damani Barley. Barley to Carruthers, back up to Barley again. They're trying to through that. Kicked off in the corner. And a tip by the Knights. It'll stay with the Eagles.
9 seconds on the shot clock, which a lot of teams might panic a little bit. I don't think East High panics at all about the shot clock.
This one from the corner. The Eagles have it. It's Carruthers. Gets it back up out top again. 3-pointer for Kai McCullough. East lead to 13.
Good skip across the zone. And then, of course, McCullough knocking it down.
And tried to find a pass through to Pissanelli and lost that one. And it's going to be a foul against East as they were trying to steal there. See Coach Barley.
A conversation there between one of the referees and Zion Parsons. Just, good active officiating, keeping everyone in check, making sure nothing stupid has to be called.
There's a 3-pointer for Tyler Mullen, and he connects, and back to 10 again.
Yeah. Sutherland's hanging around.
Yeah.
Can they get enough offense to get themselves back in this game? I don't think it's a matter of their defense, because when they score, and you're seeing it here, East has got to work to get their shots. So I think the defense is fine. It's just, can they get enough offense?
This one goes into the corner. Handy try to pass to Kai McCullough. Get back around again to Zion Parsons. Goes back to Handy again. Handy for 3 is long, and tip on the play off Sutherland. Stay with East. And a new shot clock.
Yeah.
Shamir Carruthers, yep.
Long time to play defense here for Sutherland. They did a good job, but didn't get the rebound, and now you get a real good look for East High.
And the 3 doesn't go down for Barley, and the Knights quickly back the other way. Pissanelli will throw it for 3. It's good.
That's
Big
deep.
3, yeah, it's real deep.
That's deep. Pissanelli, though, he shot it like he meant it, and it wasn't an accident. He pulled up from that far.
Carruthers. Shamir Carruthers gets it to McCullough, who pulls up from the foul line. No good. Knights with the rebound. Knights quickly back the other way. Throws it off in the corner for 3. Good! Chandler Reynolds connects there, and it's down to 4.
If the Knights can claw all the way back and take a lead here, I'll be interested to see how East reacts. Again, the other night, down 19, unfazed. But here we are in the third quarter, a little bit later in the game, and another stop and another good rebound. But
there's that press, but it's a long pass. Nice move right there. There's another one. Look at Barley racing right in, and there's a tie-up and a jump ball. Sutherland possession. Very good defensive possession right there for Sutherland.
And and Damani Barley did just about everything on that possession defensively. Gets the stop. Here you're seeing the 3 for Sutherland. Let's see what happens here. 4-point game, huge possession, obviously, for the Knights.
Everett Wilcox gets it to Pissanelli, who drives no good, and the rebound will come down to East.
Remember that possession. He had a layup and a chance to get it to 2, and it didn't happen.
Back to Damani Barley. See how East operates within the half court. They've been able to generate a little bit, but if East hasn't really been getting out and going, Sutherland's done a pretty decent job. So we'll go into the corner. There's a 3. It is off the back iron, and a rebound for Sutherland. And the Knights again, a chance to get it to 1 possession. This one will come from the corner for 3. It's short, and 1 shot and done. Very fast. I don't think that's what Coach Nally wanted.
No, but it's a good look, and sometimes against a team like East that traps that much, the first look might be the best look that you get. So don't be afraid to take that shot. But 4-point game, Sutherland had 2 good opportunities to cut further into it. How long can they keep East from scoring to get back in this game? Great pass.
There's a nice pass, misses the layup. And another empty trip for East. Sutherland again a chance to get it to single digits. With the pass to Chandler Reynolds with a layup, no good. Another rebound, it's up and in for Michalski, and it's 38-36.
All right, Max, stop padding your rebound stats and make the first one, dude. Come on. 2-point game, late in the third quarter. Right now, I'd say the pace is Sutherland because they're forcing East to do things like that, which they're capable of, more than capable of, but it's not how they want to play. Patience on off, and I like this timeout by Darryl Barley. This is an excellent timeout in my opinion.
After the basket.
Yep.
Now you set up your press as well.
Yes. And you can't, when the other team's making a run, you always want to get a timeout to stop it. Well, when is the right time? I love it after you kind of stop it with a basket, which East just did. Now get a timeout, set your defense, get the message, take some air out of the ball. Great timeout, I think, right there by Coach Barley.
2:42 to go, third quarter, 40-36. A lead that was 10 at half has been trimmed down to 4. And the Knights had it to one possession before the Eagles just scored there. Coming up next here at Gates after this one, another doozy, Carl, 8-1 championship game. Hits for Mendon with one loss on the season, ranked number 3 in New York State. They face the Webster Schrader Warriors, who are playing as good as anybody right now.
Yeah, they won a good game, a semifinal game against a crosstown rival, Webster Thomas, the other night, and they get an opportunity to knock off what most people think is the best team in Section 5 today.
There's a little floater for Everett Wilcox, won't go down. The Knights able to grab the rebound and an East High foul.
Yeah, and with 2 minutes, 23 seconds left in the third, that's only the third foul on East, so they're in good shape. They can continue to be aggressive defensively. And remember this, Sutherland, no fouls so far in this half.
Wilcox gets the pass to Tyler Mullen, who caught it and put it in and fouled. And the Knights are going to have a chance to cut it to 1 point.
Big boy basketball.
What a play right there.
Big boy basketball. Take a look at this. You see the great over-the-top look, the cut by Mullen. You see the good defensive closeout. Gets a little body, but strong enough to finish. Got to make the free throw.
Wow. And completing the three-point play. 2:18 to go, 40-39.
1 point game, Sammy. Here we go. Damani Barley time, in my opinion.
Barley with Shamir Carruthers. Back up to Carruthers again. Carruthers around to Barley. Back off in the corner to Gordon Smith. Back up out top again. Shamir Carruthers. Out the play. Kicks it to Barley for 3. It's long and one and done for East. Another rebound, and the Knights are going to have a chance to take the lead here.
This is huge. You climb the mountain. Can you get to the summit? Can you get over the top? Big possession. Great defense so far by East.
And they're going to go right to the basket, and it's blocked. And they blocked at the last second as Wilcox went in and had it hit away.
I think Coach Nally would have liked to call there.
And this one's going to drive baseline. Nice little spin move by Kai McCullough. He was going baseline, kind of pulled it back out, and a little floater to put it in.
So remember that. Sutherland doesn't get a call, has an opportunity to get the ball. Ooh, good call there. Has an opportunity to get the lead. They don't come down, give up a basket to East. And again, you're climbing the mountain, Does the mountain keep getting higher as you're climbing? And that's the case right now.
And from underneath the basket, they're able to get it. They do that little play again. It's the second time they ran that play, and Machowski puts it in, back to a 1 point game.
Well, those have followed Section 5 basketball for years. East has always had size. I mean, this is one of the smaller teams I ever remember from Coach Barley. So they don't have the size, and Sutherland has a little bit of an advantage there.
Which is funny to say because Coach Nally says they're real small.
Yeah, which they are. You look at the backcourt, and with Damani Barley's size, definitely an advantage.
Throws it off in the corner, and again they get a one and done. Chance to take the lead, they do! Tyler Mullen with a little floater from baseline. And with 30 seconds to go in the third, the Knights have clawed back here to take a 43-42 lead.
Yeah, Mullen, good patience. I thought he was going to take the 3. He does not take the 3. He does not get it up, and then he puts it on the deck. One bounce, little floater, float game, good. And now a call that Coach Nally did not enjoy that call whatsoever. And East High's got a chance to shoot 2. But with 21 seconds left, Sutherland's leading this game, Sammy.
They are. They had a chance to take the lead of the fourth quarter, to be honest.
Yeah.
And first shot hits front rim and out. So Zion Parsons will get a second opportunity.
Coach Nally having a long conversation. He thought there was a missed call down here that his guy should have got. Doesn't get that call, and now doesn't like this call the other way. So I've been in that conversation. I can read lips from 100 feet away when it comes to coaches and referees.
Chandler Reynolds has it. Tie game and a steal for the Eagles. And racing back, and a tough foul right there by Tyler Mullen. Reaching in on the steal. And
Coach Barley wanted an intentional foul, and I was curious to see if the referee was going to call that an intentional foul. It wasn't really a play on the basketball. He reached out and grabbed him. If he called intentional, I wouldn't have had a problem with it.
So the Eagles are going to have a chance to take the lead now. Back to the break. Eagles have led the entire game.
I really thought it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought it was important that Sutherland got the last shot of this quarter.
And shot won't go. Rebound back to East, up and in. And the Eagles will get that last shot, and they will make him pay. Kai McCullough puts it in, and they're going to take a 45-43 lead into the fourth quarter.
Sutherland has the ball, tie score. You've got to get the last shot. There's no shot clock. They turn it over again. East High's defense doing its job, giving themselves an opportunity. Offense from defense, they get the 2 points at the end and take the 2-point lead, and they will have the ball coming out.
Back for the fourth quarter next on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
We're all searching for ways to connect. We long to be part of a group we believe in, a group that helps define who we are. This is what it means to be part of a community. At M&T Bank, supporting all the important communities our customers are part of is nothing new. To enable, encourage, and empower people and communities to thrive, there's nothing more important.
All right, welcome back to Gates Chai. Sam Schreier, Carl Falk with you. The Class A2 championship game. It was a 10-point lead at the break, and the Knights clawed all the way back, took the lead, and the East got the last basket of the quarter. It's a 2-point game as we go to the fourth.
Big possession defensively for Sutherland. They've been hanging around. They had a chance at the end of the third quarter to get that last shot, did not get it, and now here they have a chance again to get a stop and get back tied up or even take the lead. But Sammy, Damani Barley, at some point, he's going to take this game over.
Jameer Carruthers to Barley. Gets it off to McCullough. Goes off in the corner for three. Big three. Quentin Gordon-Smith. And it's back to 5 points.
And you're seeing East extend that pressure, that trap, almost a full court situation, and they give up the layup. But, again, they're playing at their pace when they do that. So Coach Barley's adjustment, full court with that trap now.
48-45. 7 minutes left, fourth quarter. Barley, McCullough, back to Barley again for three. Good! Look at that, Damani Barley. And another three and a timeout for John Nally.
And again, now just like that, it's a 6-point ball game.
Just like that.
And that's East High basketball.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They turn you over, offense from defense, and when you've got a guy like a Damani Barley that you know he's your guy, he's going to hit a key shot. He hit that shot, and he almost did a Steph Curry and didn't watch it. Right. He started going back because he knew it was cash as soon as he let it go. Big shot from a big-time player.
And big-time players make big-time plays when it counts.
Yep.
We heard that quite a bit when we were talking to these coaches this week about big-time guys stepping up in big situations, and right there, Barley making a big three-pointer.
Yeah, Sutherland, to this point, hasn't had one guy emerge. They haven't had that one guy that you look at that you think, get him the ball. It's been a great team effort, but here we are with 7 minutes to go, down 6. There's no, we got to run the offense through this guy. They're basically taking what's given them, whereas I think Coach Barley right now is like, Damani, it's your time.
Right.
And I think Damani knows it's his time. Wouldn't be surprised if he looks, and again, we're seeing the press, full court, the trap. As soon as they inbound, they'll probably let him inbound it, but as soon as they inbound, I expect a trap. Oh, that's a technical foul. That's a technical foul.
You can't reach across.
That is a technical foul.
John's calling. He wants it too.
Yes. Let's know the rules here, boys. Let's know the rules. So what they did, what happened there, Sutherland, after a made basket, you can inbound the pass to He's got it. Yeah. Inbound the pass to another player out of bounds. If the ball is touched by the defensive team, it is a technical foul.
Say this
again. Not a delay of game. So after a made basket, you can inbound the ball to another teammate who is out of bounds. Defensive players cannot touch the ball in that case. It is a technical foul if that happens. It's the same as if I'm holding the ball out of bounds. You reach over and hit the ball while I'm out of bounds, trying to inbound it, and a missed free throw, crushing right there for the Knights. It's the same situation. So that's a very good call for those of you at home that are questioning it.
And there it is. Another 1 of 2 for Mullen. And they're going to get the ball at half court. Now, is that is not from where it started?
In high school, a technical foul is 2 in the ball at half court opposite the table.
Gotcha.
The only difference is a double technical is from the point of interruption.
Everett Wilcox moves it around for 3 and it hits the shot clock. So 51-46.
So that technical foul only costs 1 point. That is a good dodge for East High. Damani Barley's being aggressive, not thinking that that's going to be a play. He's just guarding his man, swatting the ball. But in high school basketball, that is the rule.
Barley back off to Carruthers. Back to Barley again. Barley dribbling back up top again. Barley tried to send it to the corner to Carruthers, and tip went out of bounds.
Plenty of time on the shot clock, 15 seconds.
And good job by the officials there, too, to talk about that and make sure that they had it correct.
Yeah. Well, with 3 guys out there, somebody better know the rules.
That's right.
It's an unusual play, one you don't see often, but you know what? It's a reason you read the rule book. Make sure when it happens, you're ready to call it and get it correct. And the crew did. So good job by the referees. Barley to Gordon Smith. Back to Shamir Carruthers. Carruthers with a little hook shot. Won't go. And a rebound come down to Dutch Pesatoris, who pulls it down. It's out to Everett Wilcox. And off in the corner to Pissanelli for 3. No good. Rebound for Michalski. Puts it in. 51-48. So Sutherland, Carl, we talked about it. Hanging around
in
Michalski. Nobody puts a body on him on that one. Aggressive. We don't have stats, but he's had a lot of rebounds today, Sammy. A lot of rebounds. He's done a good job in the middle. Young man, too, only a sophomore. Shamir Carruthers. Set off into the corner for Quentin Gordon Smith. Back up out top again for Kai McCullough. No good. And the Knights get a rebound and get a stop here. And a chance to get this close again, and it's intercepted. Zion Parsons with a great job. Active hands over on the sideline. Gets a hand on it, and here East again on offense. Top into the corner for 3, no good. East pulling down the offensive board, and Zion Parsons puts it up and in. Two real good plays by Parsons. First, he gets the play where he knocks the ball away. And timeout for Sutherland. I don't think Coach Nally wanted to take that timeout in that situation, but he wanted to definitely hold on to possession there. Yeah, and then you see the putback by Parsons. Again, gets a steal at one end, gets the offensive rebound and the putback at the other end. Excellent job by Zion Parsons contributing at a key time. And again, it's still only a 5-point game, but you just feels like East is in control of this game right now, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It does. And ever since Sutherland took the lead at the 1 point, he's just got back to what they were trying to do before. The able to handle control end of the third quarter possession, where Sutherland had the ball with the score tied and didn't get a shot off, turned it over, come down the other way, and East takes the lead. And of course, they get it to start the fourth quarter on the alternating possession. That sequence, I think, right now is the difference in this ballgame. 53-48, 5 minutes to go. And get an inbound to Wilcox. And they get it across half court. Pissanelli back to Wilcox again.
The other side goes in the corner to Dodge. And they get it back up out top again. Look at this. They maintain possession and able to get a little pull up from the foul line and able to get a score there. So big basket right there for the Knights.
Huge. And, you get something off of, East makes a good play, but they're starting to try to run before they get full possession. A little bit out of position defensively, and the Knights are able to take advantage. And again, when they score, they get to set up their defense, and we see this now.
Another turnover.
Yeah.
Another turnover.
It's obviously so important. And here you see the great attempt at a save. Doesn't quite go that way. Damani Barley thinks he's going to have a fast break going the other way, maybe takes a false step, and that's all it takes sometimes is that one false step.
Back up court. Here comes Everett Wilcox. The Knights down by 3 here. Approaching 4 minutes to go. Fourth quarter, A2 championship game. There's a shot for the Knight. Good! Look at that. It's a 1-point game again on the Pistonelli score.
Crazy things happen on Championship Saturday, Sammy, and here we are, Championship Saturday. 1-point game, 4 minutes to go. Guarantee if you said to Coach Nally, 1 point, 4 minutes to go, you take it? Absolutely.
Every day.
But again, East, they're not going to be rattled. They were down 19 the other night, and they got this guy.
Look at this. For 3, no good. Rebound, Sutherland. Big rebound there for Chandler Reynolds. Quickly back the other way. Here come the Knights with a chance. They get a little floater, no good, and it's the last touch by Sutherland. And he kind of slowed up a little bit to avoid that contact a little bit, and it cost him a basket.
Max is only a sophomore.
Yeah.
And Coach Nally talked to us about how far he came this year. By next year, by the end of next year, that'll be an easy finish for him. He's not quite there with his game yet, and mentally he's not quite there to pull it back out. So that's a tough play for a kid who's not ready to be in that situation, and Damani Barley travels with the ball there. Good call by the official.
Yep. 3.
And another chance for Sutherland
take
to
the lead. Yeah.
And no trap. Now I expect a half-court trap, but Sutherland gets to at least get it over.
Sutherland making East play that way a little bit here, especially with the 5 fouls and the score where it is. Taking them out of their game. Mullen gets it back to Everett Wilcox.
Mullen's hunting a shot.
Mullen again with the layup, no good. Rebound to Machowski. It's up and in. And Sutherland takes the lead again under 3.
You saw Mullen. He was looking to get a shot off. He thought he got hit on that drive to the basket, but his boy finishes the layup, gets a rebound again. I don't know how many rebounds Max has got. He's got a bunch today. He's a key player so far today.
Eagles go right to the basket, and a foul on the play. Now let me ask you this. You have your head down when you're driving like that, and you watch the contact, or then show that's the other play there. But
yeah, it looked like a little contact there, but a good foul by Max. On the other end, I hated that call. I'll be honest. I hated that call right there. Matt, I wanted a no call. The defensive player goes straight up.
Yeah.
The offensive player comes into him. Who creates the contact? The offensive player does. But nonetheless, East has a chance to tie the game right here, and they do. Yeah, it's a good aggressive play by McCullough, but on that play, I thought Max did a great job of going straight up. You're penalizing the defense. What did he do wrong?
And
didn't like it.
It's pretty close to beating him to the spot, too, I thought.
Yeah.
And look at that. 1 of 2. So with 2:20 to go, the Knights in a tie game.
Free throws were an issue for East against Wayne the other night as well. So something to keep an eye on there.
McCullough. Pistonelli up at top of the key for Everett Wilcox. And back about, and a travel on the play. Interesting.
Tough one. Tough call right there for the Knights to get it into the post play. I think they were going to have a good look at a 3 coming out of that. You know, a lot of times the best look at a 3 is from inside out, and I thought they were going to get a look there, but travel call prior to that.
Shamir Carruthers has it up out top. Kicks it off to Kai McCullough with a floater. Rolls in and out, and the Knights pull the rebound down. Under 2 now. Tied at 54, and the Knights with a chance to take the lead again.
I got to be fair. He got hit on that one as well. I wanted a call on that play for McCullough.
evens itself
Yeah.
out sometimes. There's a three-pointer, no good. Long rebound, and the Knights racing for it. They get it pass into Pissanelli. He's had two defenders on him. There's a tip out. It goes out of bounds.
Coach Nelly's got to calm down.
Very
He's got
upset.
to calm down. That was an obvious foul that did not get called. Coach Nally almost lost his mind, which would have cost his team. Here you see it. You see the contact right there.
Big time. There's a three, no good. And they're going to call this one on Sutherland down the other way. Coach Nally is upset.
And I think he has a right to be, frankly. You don't get an obvious call on a drive to the basket, and then that's the first rebounding foul we've had in this game, and it comes with 1:20 left in a tie game.
Off. Barley. Carruthers. Get inside, up and in.
Good strong
back
move.
iron and in. And a timeout called by the Eagles. A full timeout for East High. 56-54, 1:02 to go in the A2 championship game. Back in a moment on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You don't choose to get hurt at work, but you can choose the workers' comp attorneys at Connors and Ferris to fight for your money and medical benefits you deserve.
With over 20 years of industry experience, we will give your case our undivided attention so that you and your family can focus on your recovery.
So call Connors and Ferris, the workers' comp attorneys dedicated to fighting for injured workers' rights.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
All right, welcome back. 56-54 East Sutherland ball.
As somebody who's been out there wearing that striped shirt for a good number of these finals, remember,
good number.
Good number.
Yeah.
I think it's a good number. It's a lot of finals I referee. So I know what's going through these guys' minds when they're out there. The players tighten up a little bit, and sometimes referees tighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
The best referees make the best calls at crunch time. And it's a learned experience to bring yourself down when the game comes up. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't.
And Knights turn it over nearly and saved. What a big save right there. And shot clock should have reset. Did not. It's out of bounds. It's going to be 18 on the shot clock. I think East had possession of that
100%
ball.
100% they did. It should have been a reset on the shot. It won't matter. It won't matter at this point because down two, you're not going to run a full shot clock. It shouldn't matter, I should say. I doubt that Sutherland is that patient with it, but we'll see.
And the Knights get it in. Everett Wilcox into the corner for three. It's long. And a foul on the play against the Knights.
That was a good call. Max is trying to get the rebound, and he cleared out pretty good down there to try and get a call. Good call from the outside coming in, and now a huge defensive possession for the Knights.
And it's 56-54, 38 seconds to go.
Let's talk strategy here, Sam.
Yeah.
Each team has 5 fouls, so nobody's in the 1-and-1 yet, right? So if I'm Coach Nally, what I'm telling my kids right now, hey, be aggressive. Go for the steal. Trap. If we get a foul called, doesn't matter. They're just going to inbound. And even after that, we mentioned the East struggles the other night from the free throw line against Wayne. In some ways, with this much time on the clock, it behooves you to extend the game.
Yeah.
If you foul, you're hoping that they make 1 or 2. Go down, it's still a 1-possession game. So it'll be interesting to see how the defense from Sutherland reacts. And if I'm East, I'm looking to throw ahead and get Damani Barley on a break and get a dunk that finishes this game.
That's your guy right here. And I'm sure Coach Barley's telling him the same thing right now.
I want the ball in 2 people's hands if I'm East High. Carruthers or Barley. Those are my guys. Those are the reason we're playing Championship Saturday all year. Get it to those guys and count on them to make the right decision or to make the key shot or free throw, if the case may be, and win this game for East High.
So the Eagles will have it underneath the basket with 38.9 seconds to go and a 2-point lead. Gordon Smith to inbound. Knights have the defender on the ball. They get it in. And quickly foul by Bobby Dodge.
And again,
That's
smart.
6.
So that's the 6th one. Okay, now we can put him on the line with another foul. So I would expect a similar strategy to extend the game as long as you can if you're Coach Barley.
And again, nearly got a steal. Bobby Dodge, and now Barley. That's not the guy you want to put on the line.
No.
And they get it over half court. And they go back to Barley again, and they try to pass, and they'll foul Barley there. So they are going to put Barley at the line. He'll shoot 1-1.
It was obvious to me anyway that Sutherland did not want to foul Barley. Barley was the one guy that we don't want to foul him. But the problem is, Damon Barley's a great athlete. He's 6'4". He gets himself open. He presents. He takes care of the basketball. It's why he's a great player. He does so many things so well.
So Barley with a 1-1, 27 seconds to go. First one is up and good. And they have the ball in the hands of the and who they want. However, we're trying to extend the game here, so there's going to be more possessions anyway.
Yeah.
So the Knights are going to have to get a basket, though, on the way down.
Got to box out. Got to get a rebound.
And he missed it. There you go. One possession game, 27 seconds. Knights get that rebound.
I'd go quickly if I'm Sutherland to extend.
Don't need a 3 here. Mullen and not Coach Nally on the court to call timeout.
You know, you see some of Coach Nally's athleticism there, running to the referee to get that timeout. He's not as young as he used to be, but he's still quick.
And it's interesting because, you know, we're going to see his brother in the next game, so he's got a different coaching style.
That's to say the least. That's to say the least. And it's funny because Coach Barley, he presents such a stoic figure on the sideline. And Coach Nally does as well, but he's a little bit more active. But Coach Barley's just that, you know, tall, intimidating presence and calming influence at a time like this that I think is just huge to have with 18.9 seconds left, to have that guy who's just calm and, okay, this is what we're going to do. Been here, done that. He knows what it takes to win a game. And, oh, by the way, it would keep me calm if I had Damani Barley on my team as well.
100%.
I mean, you know,
100%.
knowing I've got that kid, yeah, that would help out.
All right, 18.9 seconds to go. Game 2 today coming up at 2:30. Mendon and Webster Schrader right after this one. Carl, we can go to lunch or something.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
So, Sammy, let me ask you, because I know what my answer would be. Do you hunt the 3 here, or do you just look to get a basket?
Well, they're telling East guys they need to sit back and we get back off the court. Yep.
Only one coach stands.
Now there's 18.9 to go. No shot clock. I still don't think you need a 3 at this point. I think you can go for a quick 2.
Agreed.
Quick 2 and put him back on the line again.
Yep.
Get the higher percentage shot. Let's see. And he's trying to go for this steal. Wilcox, 10 seconds.
Now you got to shoot the 3.
And there's a tip. And I think now you do kind of have to go for it. Yep.
Now, you know, early on, if you've got a quick look, and now Coach Barley's taking the timeout to discuss exactly that. Great defensive set right there by East. They were active. They got their hands on the ball. Nothing's easy at this point. It kind of plays in, if you back cut off of that, to getting an easy 2 with 10 seconds left and no timeouts left for Sutherland either. Something to keep an eye on. There's only one timeout left for East. Sutherland used their last timeout. The basket goes in. The ball goes in.
Under 5, you don't have to inbound.
Exactly right. Yeah. So, you know, something to keep an eye on there as well. Let's make sure that the clock runs properly. This is a conversation. There's 3 conversations right now. A defensive conversation, offensive conversation, an officials conversation of making sure everything goes properly. Make sure the clock starts and stops when it should. Make sure we don't miss a call, regardless of what that call is. There cannot be a miss right now. So it's a very important time for all 3 teams on the floor to make sure they're all on the same page.
Sutherland with a chance here. What a game we had here, Carl, to get us started.
Absolutely. Couldn't ask for more.
Chandler Reynolds will inbound it in front of the Sutherland bench.
Shot clock is off. 10 seconds left in the game. 3 ties it.
Barley guarding the ball. Gets it in to Wilcox. 7 seconds for 3 is long. No good. Tip and push on the play. Yep, that's going to be a 1-on-1 for East.
2.5 seconds left. If East makes a free throw, the game is over. If not, Sutherland has 2.5 seconds to get it up court and heave a hope and a miracle to see if they can get the win.
The Knights didn't really get a great look at that three-pointer off that timeout.
No, very much a rushed, off-balance attempt. You got to make an attempt out of three. It's the only chance you get. Don't have time to hunt for a good shot.
He's pulling him up the line. And he's going to guard against everything.
Interesting that East has nobody on the line on a 1-on-1 situation. Again, with the missed free throw, and I wonder too if Carruthers is instructed, if the miss, foul, not let a three-pointer
Especially
go.
it's 5 team fouls against East, and he connects on the first
and
one.
It.
And now it's a 2-possession game.
Heck of a game. Great
and now
effort.
It's no fouls.
Great effort by the Knights, but East High
Battling.
Eagles going to be the champions.
And up and good. It's 59-54, 2.5. And the Knights will just get it in. And no defense there with the long shot. It's long, and it's over. The East High Eagles have repeated Section 5 Class A2 champions.
Coach Barley's been here a number of times. It's not new to him, but I guarantee it feels just as good as all the others.
Always feels good. Well, the East High, they fended off the Knights. The Knights fought all the way back, down 10 at half, took the lead on two separate occasions, and they were able to make the big plays when it counted right there.
Yes, they did. And they made free throws at the end. Carruthers knocking down those last two free throws to deliver the championship to East High. Great basketball game, well played by both sides. Sutherland came in without expectations and hung in there to literally the last possession. East High did what they thought they were going to do when it all started back in October. They thought they'd be here. Here they are.
Another sectional title for East High. Right now, we are getting set for our awards ceremony. Right after the awards, we're going to speak to Coach Daryl Barley and hopefully the MVP of tonight's game, whoever they give that to as well. Carl's going to head down to courtside and grab that right after the awards ceremony. We'll send it down to our public address announcer for the awards. The East High Eagles are your Section 5 A2 champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to both teams on a game well played. Now, thanks in part to our 5 sponsors, we will have the awards presentation for Class A2. University of Rochester Orthopedics and Premier Sports has joined together to recognize the #1 seed in each classification. They will now present the commemorative plaque to the #1 seeded team, honoring the team that has achieved the highest ranking in the regular season. Presenting this year's award is Cindy Swingle. The award in Class A2 is presented to Coach Dan Rover of the East Ridge Lancers. The Burkett Mills Coach of the Year Award in memory of Tom Downey is sponsored by the Burkett Mills of Pregame. It is presented annually to to the coach in each of the 10 classifications who, in the opinion of his coaching peers, is the Coach of the Year in his respective classification. This award is being presented to Randy Trogoff. This year's Brisket Mills Coach of the Year award in Class A2 is presented to Coach Dan Rover of East Ridge. The runner-up plaque is presented by Hilton East Stage in your home to the second place team in each classification. This year runner-up award in Class A2 goes to the Pittsburgh Sutherland Knights. Will the coach and captains of Pittsburgh Sutherland please come forward to accept the award? Each member of the runner-up team will receive a silver medallion from Section 5 in a commemorative 2022 tournament t-shirt provided by M&T Bank. Representing M&T Bank are Dan Kumin and George Travis. Will the members of the Pittsburgh Sutherland High School please come forward when your name is called to receive your award? Number 0, Ray Selke. Number 1, Luke Bliss. Number 2, Chandler Reynolds. Number 3, Charles Postler. Number 4, Bobby Dodge. Number 5, Tyler Mullen. Number 10, Ethan Butler. Number 11, Everett Wilcox. Number 12, Henry Goldstein. Number 13, Touch Pistorius. Number 14, Matthew Drago. Number 21, Brandon Quinn. Number 22, Sam Piscinelli. Number 23, Ash Kular. Number 32, Max Mikowski. Number 40, Paul Barnes. And number 42, Langston Woods. The championship team will receive the Section 5 championship trophy provided by Section 5. And now, Ed Stores, chairman of the Section 5 boys basketball. Members of the Section 5 boys basketball committee will present the 2022 championship trophy for the Class A2 to the East High Eagles. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the East High Eagles, Class A2, Section 5 champions. Ladies and gentlemen, the tournament committee is proud to present a special award named in order of the former chairman of Section 5 boys basketball, Bill Farrow, and sponsored by the McLean Associates, to the winning coach in each classification. Sandy Swingle is proud to present this year's Class A2 Bill Farrow Memorial Championship Coaching Award to Darryl Barley from East High School. Each member of the championship team will receive a Section 5 championship seal, a Section 5 championship t-shirt, a Section 5 gold medallion, and a commemorative championship t-shirt, compliments of M&T Bank, a championship cap compliments of the Angelo Planning Group, a championship cinch bag courtesy of Ralph Honda, and a championship window decal provided by Dan Kubin. Will the members of the East High Eagles please come forward when your name is called to accept your award? Number 1, Damani Barley. Number 2, Zion Parson. Number 3, Jareel Garden. Number 4, Marcus Robertson. Number 5, Quentin Gordon-Smith. Number 10, Solomon Aden. Number 11, Kenny Edwards. Number 12, Micah Johnson. Number 13, Kai McCullough. Number 14, Keyshawn Leonard. Number 15, Nigel Copeland. Number 20, Colin McCullough. Number 22, Shabir Brothers. Number 24, Jeremiah Handy. Number 30, Phoebe Coniston. Number 33, Cesario McDonald's. And number 40, Kenai McNeil. Greater Living Architecture is providing sportsmanship awards to the players from each of the finalists in each classification who best exemplify good sportsmanship both on and off the court. This award is being presented by Randy Chodoff. This year's Greater Living Architecture Sportsmanship Award is presented to Jeremiah Handy from East High and Everett Wilcox from Pittsburgh Sutherland. Throughout the tournament, an independent panel of people knowledgeable of the game of basketball vote for outstanding players in each classification during the last 2 rounds of tournament play. These votes are then tabulated to determine the all-tournament team and most valuable player in each classification. Members of the all-tournament team will receive a commemorative plaque sponsored by Cox & Ferris, LLP. The 2022 all-tournament team for Class A2 is as follows. From Wayne, Mason Blankenberg. From Eastridge, Kayvon Weber. From Pittsburgh Sutherland, Tyler Mullen. From East, Kai McCullough. From Sutherland, Max Mikulski. And from the East, Shabir Brothers. The final member of our all-tournament team is guaranteed Most Valuable Player Award. This award is presented to the player in each classification who, in the opinion of the voters, made the most significant individual contribution during tournament play. The 2022 M&T Bank Most Valuable Player Award in Class A2 is from East High School Eagles, number 1, Damani Barley. Congratulations to all the award recipients in Class A2. Once again, put your hands together for an amazing game played by the Pittsburgh Sutherland Knights and East High Eagles. And your East High Eagles A2 champions.
All right, there you go, the award ceremony. Going to grab Coach Daryl Barley, and we're going to talk to MVP Damani Barley as well. And we'll be back after this on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
After you've been injured at work, you might feel like you're up against your employer.
But the truth is, your employer isn't the opponent, the insurance company is. You need a workers' comp attorney with the knowledge and experience to maximize your benefits.
Call Connors and Ferris today, as we have dedicated over 20 years of our professional careers to helping injured workers.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
We're all searching for ways to connect. We long to be part of a group we believe in. A group that helps define who we are. This is what it means to be part of a community. At M&T Bank, supporting all the important communities our customers are part of is nothing new. To enable, encourage, and empower people and communities to thrive, there's nothing more important.
Let's send it down to the court right now, and we have Carl Falk with Coach Daryl Barley and Damani Barley.
Thanks, Sammy. I'm down here courtside with a couple of Barleys. Coach Daryl Barley, his son Damani Barley. Coach, I'm going to start with you. This was a lot different than the other night. You guys jumped out to a lead versus Wayne. You were down by 19 early, but you guys gave it up a little bit. Sutherland wasn't going away, hung in there. How'd this feel different to you as the game was going on?
Well, none of these games are easy. You know, sectionals, everyone is playing 110%. They're going to get after it. Coach does a great job with his squad. We've been battling, like you said, for the last 4 years. I mean, it didn't feel good, you know, but I'd rather see a good game than a game where the team is winning by 20 points.
I noticed you the other night, the big thing was you took Damani off the ball and moved him to the 2. For the most part tonight, he stayed on the point, but there were times you slid him off. Was that, again, a strategy to maybe get him some better looks?
Oh, yeah, and also to move around the defense a little bit so other guys can get some good looks. I thought Kai got some good looks, hit some big-time shots, and also was able to drive and get in the paint and make big shots. So, yeah, that was definitely a plan of ours, to get him off the ball. But I thought Sutherland did a great job. Coach Nally did a great job not leaving him. And then a couple of shots that he took, he usually make those, and you know, we just had to battle. And you know, credit to Pittsburgh Sutherland.
It was a battle. Congratulations, another brick for you. Your son, Damani, come on in. Congratulations, Damani, MVP of the tournament. I noticed early on, you weren't aggressively hunting your shot. You were kind of letting your teammates do things. And then at the end of the first quarter, you kind of, all right, now it's time. Did you feel that? Was that your mindset coming into the game?
Yeah, because I feel like everybody, like, they be on me, so I got to get my team. I want to get my team comfortable early on because I know I could take over a game. So I just had to get my team early on. I want them to be confident, you know what I'm saying, because you need a team, you know what I'm saying. I'm not by myself. I got, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of dogs with me, so.
You do have a bunch of dogs with you, and they came up and they stepped up. The defense, I thought, in the second half especially, there were a couple times where Sutherland had an opportunity to take the lead, but you guys fought. And I thought at the end of the third quarter, you had a trap, get a turnover, go down and take the lead. How did it feel defensively for you today?
It was like we really just need big stops. Like, we can't like the stuff we went over on defense, they went over stuff on offense as well. So it's kind of like they definitely watched film and knew, and they were ready. So, yeah, they're here for a reason, though. They're here for a reason.
Well, I got to ask this. You know, father-son, very special moment for you. He wouldn't answer this the other day because he says he's retired. But if you two throw it up in the backyard, who gets who in a game of one-on-one?
I'll probably get him, but he probably would dunk on me, though. His bounce was, he was doing backwards dunks.
Excellent. Damani, congratulations. Daryl, congratulations. Sammy, back up to you, buddy.
Hey, great. Carl with Coach Barley and Damani Barley, the MVP of the Section 5A2 championship game. Well, we have 2 more games still to come tonight from Gates Child Line. Coming up after this will be our A1 championship game. That game begins at about 2:30. Pregame coverage begins a little after 2 o'clock, and going to make sure you tune in for that one. For our cameraman, Christian Van Kampen, and producer, director, replay man, graphics extraordinaire, Joel Balfazer, and for my partner, Carl Falk, my name's Sam Schreier. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Congratulations to the East High Eagles. They are Section 5 Class A2 champions, beating Sutherland 59-54. We'll see you for the A1 game at about 2 o'clock on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media is the tri-state area sports leader. We offer an array of services for any team, coach, player, athletic director, and parent. From game film to live streaming, we are available to cover your event anytime, any place. Looking for an enhanced experience? How about a professional broadcast with multiple camera angles, announcers, graphics, and instant replay? Need a highlight reel? We produce individual highlights for college recruiting and team highlight videos for end-of-season banquets. And when it comes to social media, nobody has you covered better than us. Hype videos, sideline highlights. We can tailor custom videos to make your team stand out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Why waste your time dealing with anyone else? When it comes to sports video, Varsity Media stands alone. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or online at varsitymedia.net.